Hey guys, welcome back to the Bro Show. We are breaking down a sports event that happened this week. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get on with it. All right, guys, welcome back to the Bro Show. I'm here. I'm Carson. This is my co-host Joey. We will
What's
be
up, guys?
breaking down the NFL trade deadline and taking a little sneak peek into the college football rankings. So let's just dive right into it, Joey. Let's you
Let's
take us
dive
in.
in. Let's dive in. So today, or when we're recording this episode, it was trade deadline day. There were some trades that there weren't some big trades, but there were some trades out there that I thought were some good for some teams. Let's break it down here. Let's start. Back in September, Los Angeles Chargers sent their running back to Minnesota, Cam Akers. J.C. Jackson went from Los Angeles to the New England Patriots. Let's see who else. Chase Claypool went from Chicago to Miami earlier in October. And Randy Gregory, from Denver to San Francisco. The list goes on and on here with these early trades. But let's talk about the latest trades that have come in so far. Giants trade their defensive lineman Leonard Williams to the Seattle Seahawks. It's okay to let go of a defensive person because they're a value, but they're not as of a good value
As some other players.
Yes, there we go. Eagles also sent out a defensive lineman. Contavious Street went to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, most of these trades I've been looking at have been mostly people and draft picks. So it's not more than just one person at the same time. So that was happened a couple of days ago, I'm seeing.
Yes. Yeah.
So the Chicago Bears, who are having a terrible season this year. Have you seen that?
I have seen that. Yeah.
Having a terrible season this year.
Very
I think they're
bad.
last. They are one of the last teams in the NFC North.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like it's that bad. Like if you go to the rankings for the NFC North, the Packers, or as we like to call them, the Green Bean Pickers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
And the Chicago Bears, or as some may call them, the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears.
They're all having a bad season this year, especially in the NFC North. But besides them Lions, I can't say that Lions are just pulling away from us. Bears traded from the Commanders, which is unexpected. The Washington Commanders and Chicago Bears have agreed to trade that is expected to send defensive end Montez Sweat to Chicago. That's a decent trade. A defensive end, those are hard. Those are a hard position right there to go through. It's you get to that position, and that's the most physical position on a defensive line.
Yeah, it really
I don't
is.
know how much you know about that, but it's very physical. Your body takes a toll on that.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
No, yeah, but they're also I wouldn't say take that much of a toll because they do work out for these specific things and get their body ready, warmed up to do that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. I got a question for you on this topic of the defensive line on a football defense. If you're a defensive end, say you're a defensive end and you're playing with, we'll say, Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions. It's a great choice of mine to pick from. You are opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson on the ball. Not on the ball, but you're on the same side as Aiden Hutchinson. You're both going for the quarterback. What is your, I wouldn't say mindset, but what is your, not mentality, but how do you communicate with him on that line? And how do you communicate with him on which one of you is gonna try to sack the quarterback?
Well, honestly, if I was doing that, it honestly there's a lot of factors to do with that, but let's kind of just like do it real easily. Whoever honestly can get there first. If both of us could go for him, I say do it. But whoever can get there first. Honestly, I don't really know how you could say communicate with him, but yeah. Okay.
Well, communication is key in that
It is.
defensive
It
end
very
section
is.
because you have to figure out, okay, if you can look
Mm-hmm.
down at the other end, okay,
Mm-hmm.
my guy's in trouble down there. He can't get to the quarterback. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna step
Yeah. Well,
forward and
yeah.
I'm
That
gonna
was their just you gotta try to go for that sack there.
yeah. So
100%.
that's one way. So and you're in the quarterback. And you see that defensive end. I'm gonna bring the quarterback in here for a second. You're a quarterback, and you see that guy coming for you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Okay,
honestly, I'm
you
going
see
to
the
try to
defensive
find.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the defensive end or defensive tackle coming after you. What are you going to do? What do you want? What are you trying to do to get out of out of that situation? Let's say.
Well, so yeah, if I'm the quarterback, I'm just gonna try to find an open guy, honestly. And if I really need to, if there's no one open, I would rather get sacked than possibly get the ball turned over. So if I can't find a guy, probably try to throw it to someone, obviously, but maybe just take that sack because I feel like a sack is a lot more worth it than a possible turnover.
Okay. Okay. Fair. I see your point there. I do see it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in transitioning, I made this transition really cool into quarterback because we're going to talk about here about the Vikings here for a second. Um, in Minnesota's last game, when they played the Green Bay Packers,
Mm-hmm.
in Green Bay, their quarterback, Kirk Cousins, had to come out with a torn Achilles in the
Yeah,
middle of the game.
I did hear about that.
You did hear about that?
That sounded like it did hurt there. I will say that.
It does. I haven't had it done to me, but
Yeah,
I can
I
just
have
feel the
heard
pain.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, so Minnesota got on the board and decided to make a trade with Arizona from the Cardinals. And they picked up Joshua Dobbs from the Cardinals. He's a stringer quarterback, so maybe he'll be the main quarterback while Kirk Cousins is out. That's a move on Minnesota's part that I'm pretty shocked on. When I saw that, I was like, okay, so what are you gonna do with him now? Is he gonna be your starter? Is he gonna be your backup? What is it gonna be?
Yeah.
Um, that's all gonna be coming up when they have their next game. The Vikings did make another trade today. They sent one of their guards, Ezra Cleveland, to the Jacksonville Jaguars today. It's hard to get rid of a guard. They're one of the key crucial parts on the offensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know how much you know about this.
I'm not too
Um,
I'm not 100% I don't know the most about it, but yeah, I do know some things about it.
yeah, and they're really tough.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a video the other day. Maybe I sent it. I think I sent this one to you.
Mm-hmm.
A 7 foot, 400 pound
Yeah.
offensive
Yeah.
lineman.
Saw that. That is just wow.
Like crazy. Dude, how can you be 400 pounds and an offensive lineman?
Well, no, then not
Seven
even that.
foot balls.
Just that is one big dude. That is one
Dude's not
big
even going to
dude
be
there.
able to run.
He honestly, no, he doesn't need to run. Honestly, he just stands there. Boom, got him
No one
right
can
there.
pass him.
No
Like,
one can. It is very a high advantage for him being on the team for them. But
yeah.
no, he
It's
actually he does seem like a pretty not I wouldn't say like he is pretty athletic. I will say he can do some stuff.
yeah,
He can 100%.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. Crazy. So speaking of defensive ends again, let's go back to the defensive side of the ball. The Washington Commanders had to got rid of a player in this trade. They sent defensive end Chase Young to the San Francisco 49ers. That's hard to get rid
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
very
it's hard because Chase Young is a great defensive player. He knows how to work that side of the ball, especially that defensive end side. It's again mentality for that is crazy, and he
Mm-hmm.
can work it, which is it's amazing.
It is
Um,
very, yeah.
let's I want to get to this real quick. The Bills pick up the cornerback, not corner back from
Mm-hmm.
the Green Bay Packers, Rasul Douglas, uh, traded to Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's hard to look on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It
I
is,
can't
yeah.
imagine you getting rid of a cornerback. Those are one of they're your strong suited guys in the back.
Well,
It's
honestly,
hard.
for Green Bay there, they do have this is not like a real bad trade for them. Um but yeah, it is a little weird trading him out, but I feel like they did have some reason behind some good reason behind that to do that. So, yeah,
Mhm.
what is your thought on that? Mhm.
That's hard on defense.
Yeah,
You
it definitely will be.
lost a family member.
Mhm.
You lost a friend. Um, but
Yeah, but there always is
he could
something,
be going
yeah.
to a he
Mhm.
could be going to a Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm leaning towards right now. Let's talk about some Super Bowl contending team that made a trade today. Let's talk about the story for a second. Marvin Jones Jr. Played for the Lions back a while ago. Went to I think a couple other teams, played for them. At the
Yeah.
beginning of this, before the season started, he came back to Detroit to play here. Well,
Mhm.
2 weeks ago, he decided he needed to take some. He had family issues that he had to take care of, and some personal reasons that okay, get it. Lions released him. Which in my def in my, it
Mhm.
personally, don't release a dude that has family matters. It could have been bad. He needed to
Yeah.
come back to play football. It's like that to me.
Or yeah.
That's the bad thing about it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I
it
get
is
very upset at that.
a little bit tough on them, like tough on him, I should say, not them, but yeah, I don't know why they would do that, honestly. It's personal matters. Give him some time. Maybe if he wanted to leave, and maybe he said, "Oh yeah, the line, want to pick you up or whatever." And
Yeah, and
but
it was like one day said that, and then 2 days later they released him. I'm like, all right, this is just no, I can't.
yeah,
I
honestly,
don't even want to say the
and it
words I'm
also,
thinking
yeah.
of right now.
Mhm. It honestly, it could
But
have been his decision though. If you really think about it, it
it
could have
could
been
have been,
his. But
could have been.
we don't know too much back in that backstory there. But yeah,
Yeah, and we don't need to know. But they did pick up a wide receiver in place of him today. Donovan Peoples-Jones from the Cleveland Browns. Donovan Peoples-Jones is actually a Michigan man. Sounds like what I was reading. Born and raised here in Detroit.
okay,
He actually, this is really cool. Same story like Aiden Hutchinson. Played ball here in Michigan. Actually in Michigan. Um, went to the University of Michigan, and then he was picked up by the Cleveland Browns in the draft. Well, you're coming back home to play for your hometown, home team.
yeah,
It to me, that's amazing when you get to go play for a team you've rooted on for to me
yeah.
that seems like years.
That must be a very
That's
exciting experience for him, honestly.
yeah,
Um,
and he'll get some playing time on the field with the Lions.
definitely will.
Um, after I mean I don't that's a thing for another day for their win over the Raiders on Monday Night Football. That was incredible. I watched the entire game,
Yeah,
from kickoff to clock running down in the fourth quarter. I don't know if you watched it, but
no, I
that
did
was a
not know.
great game. I personally loved it. There were some ups and downs, but hey, that's life of football. Speaking of football, more football. What was our other topic? I completely
Yeah,
forgot.
the college football
Oh,
playoff rankings. Yeah,
yes.
the
I
playoff
love this.
rankings.
This is awesome.
Honestly,
So,
I'm not a big
do you
fan of
want
where
to
they
talk about
put
this or do you want me to talk about this? Because this is going to be a
let's kind
topic.
of both dive into here, but let me take this off first. I am not a big fan of where they did put the teams. They've had I'll
Yeah,
tell you,
ridiculous.
let's put up the top 6 right here. We have
I'm
Ohio
good for
State
that.
as number 1, Georgia's number
Boo.
2, Michigan number 3, Florida State 4, Washington is number 5, and Oregon is 6.
Nope.
Uh
I hate these rankings right now. I tell you that I hate these
absolutely hate
rankings.
these rankings
I
because
hate these
I
rankings.
I do not know why they put Ohio State as number one there.
Why would you put
Um,
Ohio State as number one? I get
Honestly,
they beat some other
Michigan,
teams, but
compared to
bull.
the top three teams, I think Michigan should have been number one because the way that they have been playing, like the scores,
Oh
are a
yeah, in the
lot
last
better
like
than
what?
Ohio State and Georgia. They're a lot better. Like Michigan has been doing a lot more just wipe out clean sweep games. So,
Well,
um,
yeah. Look at their last what 3 games. They've
yeah,
had almost over 30 points every game.
hmm
Georgia's done the same. Ohio State, they've gotten there, but they struggle throughout the year. That's their problem. That Penn State game they controlled. Still, it's a back and forth game. Penn State is rough. They're on the rankings
yeah,
at
yeah,
number 11, Penn State. So
hmm
it's a rough one right there. I want to explain
yeah,
this. If the rankings stand, um, into the bracket time when they have to do this playing, um, Ohio State will play Florida State, which is number 4. So one or rankings 1 and 4, sorry, 1 and 4 play each other, and 2 and 3 play each other.
yeah, and
Um,
hmm
so and if it stands, Georgia will play Michigan. That ultimately the Georgia Michigan should be a national championship game.
yeah.
There's
I
no
want to
doubt
bring up
about it.
something really really fast for
Go
Ohio
ahead.
State here. Is Ohio? I don't know why Ohio State is number one, but I fine with it. Don't get me wrong, but they have not had a clean sweep game this whole season. They got very close, right? 41-7
Hmm.
was probably their highest point game. But they also have one that was a little bit closer, 23-3, which was their first game of the season. So
Hmm.
they did let who they were playing against did get a touchdown there, but um for Michigan, no, Michigan and Georgia, I'm pretty sure have all had more than one clean sweep game.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, I don't know. Michigan hasn't had their once clean. Well, one shutout clean sweep game was the Michigan State game. Other than that, they've kept their lead. They've kept their lead there.
yeah, same with Ohio or with
Um,
Georgia here. They have not had a clean sweep game. The closest one was
no.
45-3 versus Ball State, but
Hey yo.
it's interesting name.
Okay. Okay. No. And 5 and 6, those are good places for those teams. Washington and Oregon. Those I didn't know if you knew. Washington and Oregon are actually moving into the Big Ten starting in next football season.
Oh, they are. I did
They,
not know. I did not know that.
yeah,
Wow.
they'll be
Okay.
official. Washington, Oregon, UCLA, and USC. Those 4 teams from the West are leaving their conference. I think it was Pac-12. Could be wrong. And they're coming to the Big Ten. Um, I think it was just because they like the Big Ten or something like that. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. This
Honestly, yeah.
it's just funny,
It's
but yeah,
something with them that yeah, kind of have to
but
go more look at that. But
hey, whatever floats your boat on that. I honestly
yeah.
don't care.
Uh-huh.
I honestly don't. Whatever. This is more challenging now
hmm
for the Big Ten. Anyways, back to this. It's okay with these rankings. I would prefer that they
Yeah. I mean.
would keep it as the AP poll has it. The AP
hmm
poll has Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2, Ohio State at 3, and Florida State at 4. Um,
Yeah.
this is
Which
this
really
is
it's.
straight from the
Mhm.
college football playoff, though.
And really the only massive changes you can see in the playoff ranking is actually only the top three teams. The rest of the teams are around the same, maybe one up, maybe one down, but nothing, yeah, nothing really much besides the top three teams. That is the only ones that have changed, like in
Yeah.
placement.
Yeah,
So
but
it
those
is,
teams
yeah,
are hard. Those teams have some pretty rough schedules right now.
they, yeah,
I know for sure. I know for sure Michigan still has to play Penn State and Ohio State on their schedule.
yeah.
They've had their
I
bye
could pull up
weeks.
their schedule really fast. Tell you about that.
Yeah, can you pull me up? Can you pull me up?
hmm
Pull me up. Ohio State, Georgia, and Michigan's
Yeah,
record
yeah.
games real quick.
Yeah,
And
so
I want
let's.
to say this. This is what
hmm
it says here in an article I'm reading. It says Michigan has played an even weaker schedule than Georgia, ranking 111th,
Oh wow.
which is sad. That comes from the ESPN senior writer. It's sad how that I mean, but they're so
Yeah.
dominant. I
Yeah.
just anyways, I want what's Ohio State's what's the rest of their schedule look like?
Ohio State. Oh yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Let me pull up Ohio State's here. Um, the rest of the games that they do have to play are Michigan State, Minnesota, and Michigan is what I am seeing right now.
Oh, they have to play Rutgers.
Oh
They
yeah.
play
Oh yes.
Rutgers,
Yes. I thought that. Yeah.
Rutgers,
I thought they already played
Michigan
them. My
State,
apologies. Yeah.
Michigan State, Minnesota, and then
And
they play
Michigan.
Michigan. That'll be
Can't wait for that Michigan game there.
yeah, yeah. That'll be a good game.
I think I do you have any predictions for that game? Because it will be the last of the season there.
Oh, it's always going to be Michigan. It'll always be Michigan going to win. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
I
I,
think
I,
I think the same thing because Michigan is just the more dominant team,
mm-hmm.
and yeah. Even though they for the playoffs they did rank Ohio State as number one, but
Yeah.
I don't think Ohio State will be able to pull it off against Michigan.
Mm-mm.
Not at
Sorry, I
all.
had to take a
So,
drink, man.
all good, all good. All right, well, yeah, let's hop right into the Georgia
Yeah,
schedule here real
Georgia's.
fast.
It looks like 4 games left. So what's
Four
their?
games
Who are
left
they playing for
is
the last 4 games?
do you have that pulled up or you want me to?
Either one. You or I.
Yeah, so they do have 4 games, but I want to I want to bring up something really fast. Is that Georgia is not in the Big Ten like Ohio and Michigan. I just want to should know that already.
Yeah,
But they will
they're
be
an SEC school.
they play a totally different like totally different.
Game schedule.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to say this like having them at the top is kind of a little different. Because you
Mm-hmm.
can't like because they're not going to be playing the people that the Big Town are playing. So yeah, just want to
Give me a
kind of
little
get
different
into that
schedule.
really
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. All right, let's see
So
what these
they
teams
will
are.
be
I'm
playing
interested.
Missouri, Tennessee, and Georgia Tech. So
You missed one.
I did. Where?
Yeah, they play Missouri, Ole Miss,
Oh my yes, my
Tennessee,
apologies
and
there.
Georgia Tech. Yeah, you're missing them games on that 11-11. You just do not want to play that. Yeah,
I
it's
mean, it would
it's
be an
very
easy game there. Honestly, I'm gonna be full with that.
any game,
Yeah,
right? That
well,
way is gonna be
the
easy.
win percentage here is Georgia with 70.3%
Yeah,
of a win.
yeah,
Um,
that's a
yeah,
big win right
big
there.
win there, and it's at
Um,
their home stadium, so
yeah, they're gonna win.
yeah.
They're gonna win anywhere they
But yeah,
go.
let's hop on
Um,
and straight into Michigan.
yeah,
Or
yeah. Show me. I want to see this Michigan, the
yeah, so
last four for
Michigan,
Michigan.
last four. We're getting four. We're not skipping any. We
No,
have Purdue at Michigan, Penn State at Penn State, Maryland at Maryland, and Ohio State at Michigan. So that last game there will be real fun.
they'll have a good
I
easy
will.
week. Michigan has an
Mhm.
easy week this week. Uh,
I will like to see the
Tough
Penn State
opponent
game
next
though.
week. Maryland is gonna be pretty stinking easy.
Yeah, I cannot
Maybe
wait to
well,
see that.
easy. But Ohio State game, I'm gonna
Mhm.
be up. I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
That's the day
that
I'm
Penn State game though.
blocking it off my calendar.
Hmm
That'll be a good game.
Penn
It
State,
might be a
yeah.
whiteout game. I could be wrong though. That'd be good.
Well, the win
Yeah.
percentage that we see here is 54.2% and a 45.8% for Penn State. So, um, Michigan does have a little bit more of a better chance of winning. But anything can happen.
So the AP top 25
Mhm.
state remains the same. So it's Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, and Washington and Oregon are still at 5 and 6 in the AP top 25.
Hmm
So which is really
Yeah,
stinking
yeah.
good for them. I can't complain there.
hmm
But the playoff rankings. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough situation. I mean, Georgia and Michigan just got to bump up their schedules. I mean, Michigan's just
Yeah,
they do
100%.
have a tough schedule coming. A little bit of a tough 2 games there, but other than that, they just got to pound those 2 games. They can't let Penn State beat them. They can't let Ohio State win.
Yeah.
Do you remember 2 years ago when Michigan beat Georgia at the Big House?
Yeah, that was
Did you watch
a.
that game?
I
That
do
was
remember
a
that game. That was a great
that
game.
was
Loved
that
that
was a
game.
snowy game. That was a
Yeah,
snowy
it
game.
was a
Oh
very
my
snowy game, but
gosh,
oh my
it was
god, that
awesome though.
I loved watching that game. Just sitting there, just glued to the screen the whole game.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's exactly it.
yeah, but yeah, I think we're going to have to wrap it up here. I think we've gone
Yeah,
through
I can't.
everything today. Um,
We didn't have a big.
no, we did not
We
really
didn't
have
have
a.
one game.
Mhm.
We didn't have one single game we had to worry
Yeah,
about.
and I will say
Um,
that
Crazy.
yeah, we might be coming out with another episode about the right in the middle of the um
World Series or
World
something like
Series.
that?
Yeah.
Or we're just
Yeah,
doing
so I
life?
could not get that out. Yeah, no, we were probably gonna bring up an episode here a couple days about the middle of the playoff series. So, yeah.
Oh, the World Series
The World
series? Yeah,
Series, yeah.
I think I'm good for
That'd be
that.
good.
That's
Yeah. But
I'm interested for
mhm,
this one. This should
yeah.
be I think I'm gonna go back and watch the game right now. Well,
Yeah, 'cause
when
it
this was
is.
recorded, the game is on.
Yeah.
So I
Uh-huh.
mean, I'm ready for the game. I'm ready to see what happens.
Mhm.
It'll
Yeah,
be a good
well,
turnout.
mhm. Well, guys, thank you for listening into the episode. We do ask if you can please subscribe. We do have a YouTube channel at
Yes.
the Bro Show 2023. If you guys can subscribe, watch some of our videos, give us some likes and stuff. That'd be amazing to
Yeah.
help us grow as a small podcast here. And just again,
And
thank you guys for listening. Yeah.
also rate us. Please rate us if
Yes, that
it's
would be great.
wherever you're listening to. Please rate us. We want to see them ratings go up.
Mhm.
Share with your friends.
Yeah,
If
all
you're a
those ratings
sports
do
nerd,
help us get on the front pages and help us grow as a small
and maybe we'll get to
podcast.
some sports players one day.
That would be amazing to see that.
That'll
All
be awesome.
right, guys. Well, just again, thank you for listening and have a great night.
See ya.